Doing this screencast to basically talk about my project that I did for the CA. So basically, my website is like composed of two websites. One is a main site, which contains all the information about Asia and the pictures associated with it. And the other one is the video page, which, well, basically, as the name says, it has my video on it with some background and animation stuff on it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is cross-browser compatibility. See, when it comes to Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox and Internet Explorer, all of my video web pages work just fine. So if I just restart here, the video autoplays and everything works just fine. If I try it in Mozilla Firefox, oh no, sorry, wait, Mozilla Firefox, where is this? There. It works just fine as well. And if I try it on Internet Explorer, it will work just fine. But when it comes to my main website, which contains all the pictures and everything, if I switch back to Chrome, basically my skip button also works for all the browsers. But when it comes to my main website, basically the white area which makes it easier for the text to be displayed is shown in Google Chrome. But when I go to like Mozilla Firefox and Internet Explorer, it just doesn't show up. The main doesn't show up at all, just the background. So I don't know how to really fix that or anything. Same with Internet Explorer. But I guess that on Safari and Google Chrome it works just fine. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is basically the animations I did for this for the CA. Of course, all the video animations work just fine in all across the browsers. So here I got the word Asia inside of a div, and I just move it around the place. And this line, Asia welcomes you, I have it that it appears small at first and then it zooms in with each passing keyframe or the percentage of the keyframe. So I'm going to show you code for that. Go to my CSS. So basically at first I have a lot of margin tops, margin lefts and everything. And what I tried with this basically div is to move the div around the video in a square kind of motion. So that's why I have margin top, margin left, and all of those. And it changes background with each passing percentages, so from white, blue, green, red, and so on. And I just try to make it cross-browser compatible as well. Basically, I have it just going on forever for 20 seconds, and it just keeps going and just restarts at every time. When it comes to the zooming in one, the Asia welcomes you. If I find that here at WebKit, that's an animation, text animation. Yeah, so first text animation at 0%, the font size is 0, so you basically can't see it. And as it moves to 30%, it goes to 20 pixels and changes color. Then it goes to 60 pixels and changes size and color. And at 100% is just at 60 pixels visible with cyan color on it. And here on div text, I just set this the text align center, so it will be at the center of the web page. But that didn't kind of work, so I set the margin left as well at 350 pixels, and that just made it work. I have here text animation that it goes on for 20 seconds and just happens once, and fill mode forwards is basically used to keep it in the final state. Okay. Working skip button, you basically saw that it works across all browsers when I can just skip to the main site. I haven't done any blending, but when it comes to mask, the only mask I applied to, if I go to the main web page, so that's kind of the only mask I had for my banner image. I just thought I'd kind of make it cool. So I'm just gonna go to CSS here, how I did it. Main site CSS. Yeah, here's basically going from transparent to black, and that kind of makes it, it's visible at like the top of the image is basically white, and it's kind of much more darker at the bottom of the image. So that's how I made it work. Let's see. I haven't done really any gradients, but when it comes to shadows and rounded corners, I basically added rounded corners to my basically main to kind of fit in with my banner image. And I just did basically rounded corners I added for every single image, and the shadow behind it as well. I set the color for it and everything. If I go here, yeah, here, so I have border radius here, 25 pixels for the header, and I did the same for the, if I go here, For the main, I also set it at 25%, and for all the images, I just set basically class images, basically, in the main side here. If I look here, yeah, class images, so I just did that for all of them and just set border radius for every single one of them. Okay, I haven't like uploaded into a web server because I don't know what you meant by that, whether you want us to like set up one of our own using like PHP or something, so I just didn't really know what you mean by uploading a web server. But I guess that's pretty much it when it comes to what I did for the project. I just, set the color. I also used like the box shadows. I think I talked about those. Basically set them, set the positions of them and basically the color that I want for them. And I try to make it as much, browser compatible as possible. I have background to cover basically the whole background so it doesn't repeat. And yeah, I guess that's the only animation and all the good stuff I did for this project. So yeah,